Hello, welcome to Chelsea Talks Podcast. I'm the host, Brock Russell. This is my co-host,
Noah Young.
and this is our guest.
Coach Carter.
All right, Coach Carter. So, where did you begin coaching? Where did your career start?
I was actually started right here at Chelsea. I did my student teaching here 4 years ago, and once I finished my year of student teaching, I took the job here. So I've been actually teaching here for 3 years and coaching football and baseball for those 3 years.
So, what was Thursday's game like? What was the atmosphere and all that?
It was really awesome. We had a great turnout. Our crowd was awesome. Our band did a great job that night. Everybody was fired up and into the game. First actual game, we played a jamboree game a couple weeks ago, but last week was our first actual conference game against Oak Mountain. It turned out great. Everybody was into it. Our players were fired up. They were ready to go. Just a lot of great efforts all around. That seventh grade group, a huge win. We scored a lot of points in that game. And then our eighth grade got a win with them as well. And obviously they fought hard and a lot of great efforts defensively and offensively. We only gave up one touchdown with the eighth grade group, no touchdowns with the seventh grade group. So I thought our defense played outstanding. And then offense had some really good things with the seventh grade, and then also with the eighth grade, we had some really big plays that put us ahead of Oak Mountain there.
How do you feel being like one of the coaches here to be like the only one to beat Oak Mountain, 7th grade and 8th grade, to both beat Oak Mountain?
That's pretty cool. Coach Wortham and Coach Lovett, they've been here, I guess, the longest out of all the coaches, and they were talking about how both groups, 7th and 8th grade, since they've been here, both groups have not won a game on the same night consecutively. So that's huge for our program. I think it gives us a lot of confidence going forward in the season. To get this first win, I think, is huge for us, and it's got a lot of people excited about this season.
Do you think the season's going to go better than last?
I absolutely think so. I think, especially starting off with a win, game one, I think our confidence is going to grow as a team. And I think we've got some things we've got to work in, some mistakes we've got to clean up and things like that. But we're only going to grow as the season goes. That's our plan. That's our hope. And I feel better. We've added some guys like yourself, and we've added a lot more new guys to the 8th grade team this year. It's some guys that are really making impacts on the team, and it is showing with adding some of these new people. And the 7th graders, this is our first time coaching them, but they have a great group of kids too, and I think with both groups we're going to be able to do some special things this year.
Yeah, I agree. Noah?
How do you feel that y'all beat y'all's rival?
It's always good to beat a rival, right down the road from us, and us and Oak Mountain, for years we've been playing each other, and it's always going to be a fun, exciting game. It's always a hard-fought battle, so obviously us getting the win there, that's huge for us.
What is y'all's game plan going into the next game?
Defensively, just keep doing what we're doing. We got to, put pressure on the quarterback. I know the defensive coaches, Coach Craig, Coach Lovett, Coach Wortham, they're going to have a good game plan as far as that goes. Offensively, we got to clean a few things up. Mainly just lining up correctly, making sure we know our assignments and how to get in the formations and quickly do it. Just speeding things up and being more efficient offensive-wise. And, the turnover, when we played our jamboree a couple weeks ago, the turnovers were really bad for us, and that really hurt us. But this past week against Oak Mountain, we cleaned a lot of that up, and hopefully we do that even more going forward when we play Bragg this week.
That schedule is looking pretty hard. It was like one of the hardest in Alabama. What do you think about that?
I would say so. We play a couple of Hoover schools. We play, obviously, Thompson. We play Berry, which is Spain Park, Vestavia. We play a lot of really good schools, and a lot of schools that are, we're 7A right now, but a lot of these schools have a lot more kids in their school than we do. So I think, maybe we don't always have the numbers that some of these schools do, but I don't think it's intimidating us as a team. A lot of times we go out there and we don't have as many players as the team across from us, but that really doesn't matter as long as we're doing what we're supposed to do. We're playing good fundamental football.
What made you want to coach football and baseball?
So I played both way back in the day. Played through middle school and high school, played sports. And then in college, I played at UAB first, and then I went to Sanford and played there. So I spent 3 years at UAB, 2 at Sanford, and played football and just loved it so much. Always wanted to get more out of it. Once it ended, I always just felt like there was more I could do with the sport, and I just wanted to be able to share with the younger generation, share with you guys something about football, and be able to teach and give back in that way. So that's a big reason why I coach, is I enjoyed it so much when I played.
Got anything else?
So what kind of college football teams do you like?
Obviously the 2 I played for. I actually grew up, my family wasn't into football that much. I mean, I grew up in South Mississippi, so we would go to some Southern Miss games sometimes, and once I started getting recruited, I was getting recruited by Mississippi State a good bit, so I went to some of their games and really liked going to Mississippi State games. But once I came here to UAB, I didn't really follow them that much after that. Obviously, I'm pulling for the teams that I played for, and I'll still root for the home state teams, I guess, there. But I'm not. A lot of people ask me, "Are you Alabama fan or Auburn fan?" I'm really not a diehard fan like some people are. So.
What do you like any what MLB teams do you like, and what NFL teams do you like?
MLB wise, I pull for the Braves. They've been fun to watch the past few years. Won the World Series a couple years ago, and I've been wanting to go to their new stadium. I haven't done that yet, but I've heard great things about it. Want to go over there and experience that at some point. NFL wise, I'm kind of the same really as far as college team too. I don't necessarily have a favorite team. It's really more of favorite players, I guess, on different teams. I love fantasy football. I've got 3 fantasy football teams right now. I got to draft a 4th one tonight, so I really look forward to that. That's the thing I enjoy the most about NFL is playing fantasy football with my friends and stuff.
So what are your top 3 favorite NFL players right now?
Well, position wise, there's some guys I like on the offensive line, like Jason Kelsey, who plays for the Eagles. Trent Williams, he's played for a long time, done a great job. Probably be a Hall of Famer, and Kelsey probably will be too. But I have some of the certain guys I like on my fantasy team. Like I got drafted Jamar Chase last night, so I had number 2 pick overall, and that's who I got. So it kind of just depends. I really root for the guys on my fantasy team. So
If you had to choose any other sport to coach, what do you think it would be?
besides football and baseball, we recently got a bowling team here at Chelsea, and that's pretty cool. I've never coached that before, but bowling's fun, and you get to go to a bowling alley and practice and have a good time playing some bowling. So that'd be pretty cool, I guess.
Would you consider ever leaving Chelsea, or are you always just going to be here?
I plan to be here as long as I can. I live 10 minutes down the road from here, and we lived here for about 5 years now. And I honestly, I just want to be here as long as I can. I've got a son that he just turned 1. I've got a daughter on the way. So my kids will eventually go through Chelsea, and I want to be able to, if not teach them, if they're not in my class, I'm at least going to be at school with them. And I think that's going to be fun one day to have my kids at the same school as me. So.
Is that all we got?
What made you want to go to Chelsea to coach?
Well, so I moved here about 5 years ago, and when I was doing my student teaching, they kind of gave us options of where we want to go or what schools we want to try and all that. And being right down the road here, I was like, well, I kind of want to see what the school's like where I live, you know. So I talked to my professors at Sanford, and they approved it. And they said, yeah, you can go to Chelsea and do your student teaching. So that's how I ended up here. I wanted to come here right off the bat because the school's right here closest to my house. And again, that's where my kids are going to go one day. So I wanted to come see what Chelsea was like, and obviously really liked it and wanted to take the job here.
I think that's all.
All right, guys. I appreciate you. Thank y'all for having me.
You're
No
welcome.
problem.
All right. Thank you for tuning in to Chelsea Talks, and we'll see you next time.